Ready to hit?
Let's go. Where are we headed?
Oh, Bay 14. We'll head out to Bay 14.
I got a little jam session going on here.
Yep.
Does that happen often?
At lunch, yeah, pretty much every lunch. My name is Mahlon Lindenmuth. I grew up Marblehead, Massachusetts.
And you're originally from Samoa?
Yes, my mother is Samoan. I'm half Samoan.
Were you born in Samoa or?
No, I was born in Pennsylvania, Frackville.
So you grew up in steel country?
Yeah, well, didn't grow up there, moved around, but I ended up the majority of my life in Massachusetts.
Did you want to do bridges growing up?
No, but just kind of got there. My father was in non-destructive testing. I followed suit, did the same job as him, took up the same trade as he did, and here I am.
And how did you end up working for this project to begin with?
Well, it started back, about 12 years ago. Actually, a little longer than that, maybe 13, 98. I came on with the seismic retrofits for Caltrans as part of the consultant team. And here I am, different contracts, different employers. I kind of continued on with working with Caltrans as a consultant through different subcontractors.
You came to work, and you're in charge of how many inspectors?
Originally, we came with 16 quality assurance inspectors, I believe.
And they were all from where?
Vary. United States, India. Everybody's work ethic, their dedication is phenomenal. Living on this island and coming here every day, and you know, it's not easy to. It wasn't easy to live here. Let's just put it that way. We had no access to Shanghai. We were very limited to our transportation to Shanghai. These guys work 12 hours a day, if not longer, and you know, everybody's, you know, to me is the same. Their work ethic is the same. They tried. They're dedicated themselves to it, and they've done a phenomenal job.
There were a lot of inspection issues, I guess, originally in the beginning until the Chinese figured out what you wanted.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I would just say that we had our issues, as any project that I've ever been in has had, and we worked our way through them.
So it's no different than any other bridge project?
Fabrication is fabrication. Everybody has issues. What you've got here, you've got to remember. We're building a whole bridge here, the tower and the segments. Now, if you were to take that in the United States and spread it out between 8 shops, and you took all 8 of their different little problems and you put them into one place, of course it's going to make a problem and the issues look bigger. But in reality, if I were to take all these different parts of this job and disperse them, each place would have a problem. In turn, that's 8 problems. This place has everything. They have 8 problems, not 8 spread out. So that's kind of what you're looking at.
Perhaps it's easier to have it all in one place.
It is, there's no question. It is absolutely easier to have it all in one place. We can find a lot of the problems earlier with our fit outs and different issues, and we can make corrections here without having to go through the whole, you know, chain of everything to make sure, you know, if we have an issue on one segment and we're being fabricated someplace else, well, you know, rectification would be very difficult. The toughest part of this project is communication. Communication is key. Once we developed that and got to the right personnel and restructured, reorganized ourselves, and kind of worked, you know, got to know their system and worked within that system, that was the difficult part, actually. They can fabricate, there's no question. This company can fabricate, ZPMC can fabricate steel. They can do it, they can lay it in, they're very good at that. But when you get all the smaller parts, you have to, you know, all the details, the devil in the details. You had to work those out. Communication and translation was a big part of that, and that was an issue.
As an American growing up in the Pittsburgh area, does it bother you at all that the work is being done here in China instead of back in Pittsburgh?
Well, I didn't grow up in the Pittsburgh area. I grew up mostly in Boston, but it's overall, when you know, it's having your cake, you need it too. And what you get is you want the lowest price for the people of California. And the people of California expect a low price, but they want quality too, as well as anyone would. But you can't always get what you want. So when it's cheaper someplace else, let's be honest, who shops at Walmart? Everybody shops at Walmart.
You and Debbie, was it a hard decision to come over here and live?
It was difficult. It's very difficult. Our children are back home. My 3 sons are home as well, and Deb's children. It's very difficult, but you know, this is a signature project, and it's a sacrifice. You know, my children, I have my son out there going to school with me for a term there too, so that would make it a lot easier. I mean, we go back home as well, but it's a terrible sacrifice for everyone to be away from your family, you know. But there's, as they always say, someone's got to do it, and here we are. We're the guys that got to do it. So.
Did you ever have days where you looked back and said, "Man, I wish I hadn't made this decision"?
Never have that, because there's just too much to learn, too much to do, and you know, I want to be a part of this project as everyone else here does. We've dedicated ourselves to this, And like I said, that commitment, it has its consequences. And but you're here, you're doing it, and that's all I got.
Let's talk about what it was like when you first moved here. Tell me about the Amazing Bar.
The Amazing Bar, that was our gathering point. There are other bars on the island, but that was our favorite. And the Amazing Bar was our constant gathering point for every individual that worked on the island and lived on the island. So that's where we'd go for birthday parties, anniversaries, you name it. We did everything there. And it was our only place to go. There was no way to get off the island after 7 o'clock at night. So, and even that was questionable. So realistically, the only time we got off the island was 5 o'clock. And that was it. So we would gather at the Amazing Bar. It was a fun place. A lot of memories there.
How isolated did you feel at that time?
You could see Shanghai from across the river on certain days. And so you didn't so much as feel, you didn't feel isolated. You felt disappointed because it's so close.
Tell me about, how do you feel about the Bay Bridge project overall? What are your feelings about it?
I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm glad I had this opportunity, and to be a part of this whole thing, it means a lot to me in particular. And it means a lot to everybody actually, but to me, my personal reasons for it is I wanted to be a part of something that was history. Here we are. This is going to be our bridge. It's going to be, as I look at it, it's going to be my bridge, the people of California's bridge. But I walked through, and the guys have been through every nook and cranny of this bridge, if not physically touched every part of this bridge. And that's a good feeling. That's a good feeling. So when I die, I've been a part of something.
When you go back in July, I assume it'll be July, what do you have to do to readjust to California?
Not much. I imagine I'll just dive right in and go get something to eat.
But you have to find a place to live.
Oh yeah, we have a place to live. That's not yet. We'll just go back and just, to me, I don't think it'll be a big problem.
You got to buy a car? Mm-hmm. You got to buy a car?
Oh yeah. I'll get a car. It's the kind of thing you don't drive here, so you miss that. So.
And who will you work for when you go back? Will it still be Caltrop, or will you go back to Caltrans? Or
I'll have to look at my crystal ball, but yeah, I'll be with Caltrop Corporation.
Will you still be on the project for the next 2 years?
Oh, there are so many projects out there. It's hard to say. So this one I got lucky and got dropped into this one.
Will you miss China?
To a certain degree, I will. It's just like anything else. You love the parts of it, and there's other parts you're not going to miss. But I definitely will look back on the people, as well as the GPMC people, the Chinese people, as well as the guys that I work with. I may never have an opportunity to work with them again. So, and I'm glad I had this opportunity. So that's one thing I definitely will miss, the camaraderie.
You guys are excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.